I've been asking people the best part about their off season. You got married, correct?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So was that the best part of your off season?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. That in the honeymoon, we went to Turks and Caicos. So really that like 10-day span was just the best. Can't beat it.
What what are you most excited about going into the season?
I think that as a collective group, we're most excited about like unfinished business that we feel, I feel like last year we had a great second half of the season and we really pushed up the ladder in the standings and everything. So I think for all of us, like the collective goal really is just to make playoffs and be in those top spots. And I think we can do that as a group. I think that the league saw it towards the end of last year, and I think just extending that through the entire season, because I know previously the year before I came to, they kind of made that second half push too. So really just focusing in and making sure that we can have that throughout the entirety of the season, whatever that looks like.
My last question is a fun one, hopefully. So Winter Olympics are going on. What's your favorite Winter Olympic sport to watch? And if you were a Winter Olympian, what would be your sport?
Okay. I would say growing up, I loved the figure skating. My little sister and I would like put on our rollerblades and go into our garage after watching it and like pretend to be the ice skaters. And Ice Princess was like really big, the movie. We were like obsessed with it. So I feel like ice skating is one that like I always loved watching and thought it was awesome. But then like snowboarding has obviously been like one that I think is just so sick. Like their vibes are just so cool. Like they just are really cool. They look like really cool people. What was the second part of that question?
You answered it. It was what was
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess snowboarding. Even though I don't have the vibes, I feel like I'm more of like a skier vibe, but I'd like to think I'm a snowboarder. I just feel like they're just kind of like long, they're taller, they're just kind of like, and then when you see a snowboarder walking around, like you're just like, oh, you're like you got like swagger, and I'm like kind of awkward and weird, and I feel like that's just kind of like skiers are just like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel like you can kind of tell. Yeah.
Maybe you get the swagger when you buy a
I think yeah. I also think it's like the boots when you're like walking around as a skier, you're like he'll tell like you're like so you know what I mean. And then when you have the snow boots on, you're just like cool, like you have that swagger walk. But when you're like skiing, you look kind of silly. Yeah, like you look kind of weird.
Yeah. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
As you touched on it, the team has had rough starts the past couple of years. What do you think the team can do to be strong the entire season and start off well and continue through the?
Yeah, I think the coaching staff and just the organization as a whole coming back from that international break last year, we really had like a clear identity of what we wanted to look like and what the roles and expectations were of all of us on the field, off the field. And I think coming into this season as well, we've definitely like set the tone of what that looks like, to be like a Royals player and that mentality that you have to have. So I think that will just help guide us through, and I think that guided us through the end of last season. So I think that's something that we just need to carry over into this year. And we've so far through preseason have really come together of what our kind of like attributes are that we want to all have in the building, out of the building, and just kind of have that clear identity of what we look like. And hopefully you guys see that as we start the season.
And then what brought you to sorry
You're good.
What made you want to join this project?
Yeah, I think that just being a part of something that's new and fresh, and you can really buy into a new identity and a new project. And I think it's taken a little bit more time than the organization maybe expected. But I think that we are really excited in this building. I think you can really feel that energy. And I just wanted to obviously like living in the mountains and just getting a different culture and like being around that is like something that's been kind of cool for me, just like having been in different environments and different cities and lived kind of all across the country. So it's really a cool experience just being in Utah and representing the state. And I think, like I said, you can just really feel that energy and that culture piece. Like the group is great, the locker room's great. I think that we've invested more in our coaching staff, and we can just really feel that buy-in from ownership and Kelly and Jimmy and all of that. Like I think everyone feels supported right now. So I think we just, like I said, continue that energy as we start the season.
Okay. And then my final question: what message do you have for the fans before the season kicks off?
Let's see. We love the fans. We hear the fans. We see the fans. I'm excited to be here the entire season and really get to know some of the fans and have more interactions. That's always like a highlight, I think, for all of us athletes, just to be able to get those interactions after games, throughout the city and stuff like that. I was at Barnes and Noble the other day, and someone was like, "Are you Cece Kaiser?" Like, I'm a huge Royals fan. Like, you guys are awesome. We're so excited for the season to start. So I think that's just really cool when you get that. The community's really bought into you. So yeah, we love the fans here. We appreciate them, and hopefully we can just continue to grow.
Thank you.
Cece, congratulations yet again.
Thank you.
By the way, I saw your pictures you posted on social media. You were a stunning bride.
Oh,
So
thank you so much.
2 marriage questions for you. I noticed you had 2 men walk you down the aisle.
Yeah.
May I ask, what was the story there?
Those are my brothers. Yeah, so they really stepped up that day. My little brother, when I sent him the photos after, he was like, I was so serious through that. Like, he didn't smile at all when he was talking me down. And he was like, I think he was a little bit nervous. But yeah, so both my brothers stepped up and walked me down the aisle. That was really special. Yeah.
And just because I've never heard of something doesn't mean it's not common. But the joining of your 2 last names, I thought was really cool. Had you heard of it? Did you come together on that idea?
Yeah, so it kind of started as like a conversation of like, okay, so when we get married, like, whose last name are we going to take and what is that going to look like? And she was like, well, Kaiser just doesn't really suit me. And I was like, Del Santer's just too long for me to kind of, I don't know, like I felt like a little weird about it. And then we were just like, okay, I was like considering taking Del Santer. And then we sat on the couch one day and she was like, well, I've heard of people combining names. I think there's like a celebrity that did that. The kid that was in Spy Kids, I think him and his wife combined names. Like Pinavega, I think, or something is their last name. I could be wrong, but I feel like that was kind of the inspiration. So we were like sitting on the couch and had a sticky note. We're like writing out different versions. And there was a few weird ones, some crazy ones. And then we stuck to Delzer and we kind of were playing with it. And we like asked our families like, oh, does it sound good? Like, how does it sound with both of each other's names? And then it just kind of stuck. We kind of loved it and thought it was really cool. Had never really heard of people combining names before. And I think it just kind of brings both of our families together. And it doesn't really feel like a big change of my name, and it doesn't really feel like a big change for her name. So yeah, it just kind of stuck.
That's cool.
And yeah, the process is like really hard though. Like you have to go to court and do the whole thing. So we did take the challenging route. Like it would be so much easier for one of us to take each other's names, but just trying a new family tree and everything. Gonna really throw the ancestors off, being like, what happened here?
Does the sticky note still exist?
It does somewhere. Someone asked about it the other day, and I know we have it. I feel like we've moved so many times that like it's somewhere in one of our boxes. I know it is, and I want to find it because there was one that was like Kel Santer or something like that, which was I think our second option. But yeah, I want to find it. So I'll keep you updated. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'll try to find it.
Okay, one last question for me to piggyback off what you and Stockton talked about. You mentioned you get a full season this year. You came in April last season, and the insult to injury was you were brought in because the offense was beleaguered at that time, right? We had a lot of injuries. You were going to be this white knight on a horse that would save us, and then you had the hammy and the concussion, and you missed some time. How's the body? How's everything? And are you just feeling like you can give everything this season?
The body feels good. I feel good. I feel like this off season was really just focusing on my strength program and getting myself to a good place that I can come into the preseason and just thrive. So shout out to the medical staff. They've really like invested in me, and that's obviously like a big focus for me through preseason and everything. So yeah, I mean, I think it's just like I said, like I have played like significant minutes in years past, and then the past 2 seasons I've kind of just had like little hiccups. Luckily like no major injuries or anything, but it's been definitely like a struggle because then I'm not getting like consistent minutes and not being able to be an option or have an availability. So yeah, my biggest goal this year is just being available at all times. Obviously, there's things that will maybe happen throughout the year, but doing everything literally in my power to avoid that. So yeah, I'm just focused on keeping with the medical staff in our strength program and all of that to just really hone in on my body and listen to my body and know what it needs to get through the year, because I want to be that reliable player and just always have like that availability so that yeah, I can have success and just give what I can to this group and this team.
Hope to see you on the pitch.
Thank you.
Sorry, we don't have time for one because you have a minute before you have to get your massage.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, sorry guys.
Let me just skip to this real quickly because you're at this point you're a veteran in the league. I think Utah's your 5th team. I think that you played on. You've been here since 2019. It feels like your time in the league just came with like massive growth. Just do you remember kind of sort of rookie CC to where you are now? Like, what's kind of the biggest difference or biggest change that you've seen in the league? I don't want to be here for 5 hours.
Yeah, right. I mean, I feel like there's so many. I just think like investment in the clubs. I feel like at the time when I was in the league, just looking back, I was with Houston, obviously my first year. And I just think looking around at some of the clubs in the league, you just see like a massive investment from ownership. And then that just kind of trickles down into like fans and popularity and just like I said, like people recognizing us in Barnes and Noble. Like that investment has just grown exponentially in the last like 8 years. So yeah, I would just say that like people are more excited and more invested in women's soccer. So it's great to see. And it just makes it more competitive in the league too. Obviously, like the growth of just getting more internationals over here and all of that just makes everything more competitive. So it's great to be a part of.